Hey guys, what's up? This is Doctorian, and I want to make a video about everything that is new. We have seen the new trailer, and we have some new info. But first of all, I have no things to look for you in the background. I just don't have any footage right now. I had a crash of my 3 hard drives. I lost a lot of footage, and I could record something, but I just didn't know what. I could do some things of me soloing some bosses, but you guys already have seen that. So this is a podcast right now. I'm just gonna put Grommash Hellscream in the background, and I will give you a reason for that in a minute. So I just want you to know, you just can listen to this. You just, if you want to, have to hear what my opinion is about things. There's nothing for you to look. Just this picture I put up, and it's gonna be a podcast, I think, so you can do other stuff. I think that's better than me soloing some content or whatever I'm doing. I just don't have anything interesting for you right now, and I don't have a beta key. That's why podcast style with Grommash. So trailer. First things first. I've watched the entire show of was streamed from LA by Gamescom, and I really, the trailer. I think it's a really good trailer. It has good storytelling in it. You can see the different, the choice they make, the different choice, not drinking the blood of Manaroth, which was a central, was an important central aspect of the next expansion. So it had to be told, and I think it was really good. I mean, Grommash Hellscream in there, Garage Hellscream in there, and Grommash smashing his axe into the head of Manaroth was really epic. I really liked it. Some people will say, no alliance in there, it's Horde once again, only Horde. Yeah, okay, you could say that, but that's, I don't think that's important. They're telling the story why we're going back to Walls of Draenor, and they really showed you why we're going there, what is the change, what is happening there, and you can actually see them build Dark Portal. Really cool. I loved it. I really liked the trailer. What do you think of it? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's crap? Let me know down below. Furthermore, Gamescom had a dev interview, an interview with one of the game developers. It doesn't say which one. So, I want to talk over some stuff, because there's some interesting things. Now, keep in mind, I don't have a beta key, okay? I do not have it, so it makes it hard to judge. I'm just going on the info I get from other YouTubers, and from streams I'm watching. That's where I get my, and what I'm reading on forums and MMO Champion. That's why where I get my info. So let's dive into it. Grommash is the final boss of Warlords of Draenor. That's why I put him in the background. That was a big surprise. That's really strange, because at BlizzCon in 2014 they said it will be the final boss is none of the warlords, because there is somebody bigger working in the shadows. There's somebody more important working in the shadows behind the curtains. Now all of a sudden it's Grommash. I know there was somebody asked it to the developers, and they answered Grommash Hellscream, but everybody thought they were being sarcastic because the kid was kinda being annoying at that point. So everybody thought they were just messing with him because he was kinda rude and stuff. But it turns out they answered it straight away, I guess. I'm kind of surprised. I was hoping for somebody more important. Well, Manaroth is out of the picture because Grommash skill bashed him. But I would have liked to see Gil'jaeden. I would have liked to see somebody stronger. I even would have liked to see Manaroth. But yeah, that didn't fit lore-wise. But yeah, okay. They said none of the warlords, and now all of a sudden it's Grommash. And where is that really important person then, who's working behind the scenes? Sorry, I don't know. It's strange. They made a change. They made a change. But if you have to pick any of the warlords, if you can choose a end boss for an expansion, and you can choose the warlord, Grommash is the best choice to go for. So, well done, Blizz. Let me know what you guys think. Grommash, yes, knows he one-shot at Manaroth. So it's looking good, right? could be an epic fight. Please make it an epic fight. But the only downside is we fought Garrosh in Mists of Pandaria. Now we have to fight his father in Waters of Draenor. I'm from all the warlords, he's the best choice, but he's still not my favorite choice. Okay, let me know what you guys think. Moving on. Legendary items. Waters of Draenor will have a questline for a legendary ring that begins at level 99 and is less grindy than the Mists of Pandaria quest. The legendary ring will have a visual effect so that players can show it off. Okay, here we go. So, we left everything behind us. Now we're next topic, the legendary ring. Okay. Please. What? Okay. Okay. Keep in mind, I'm really positive about this expansion. Okay, everything that they do, the no flying, the new art, the new character models, the lore. I think Waters of Draenor has everything in itself to be the best expansion in a very long time. I don't know if it's going to be the Wrath of Lich King, because it was a prime of World of Warcraft, but I'm really having my hopes up. I think Waters of Draenor is going to be amazing. I'm just being really strict, and I'm criticism the decision they make, because I think there's always something that is not up there 100%. There's always room for improvement, and I make those videos to share my opinion with you guys, and also to give some feedback in some way. And I think a legendary ring is so wrong, and Blizzard did not learn for the cloak. You guys did not learn, Blizz. First of all, it starts at level 99. Why? I don't know, but okay, sure. Less grindy than the Mists of Pandaria quest. Does it mean faster to get? This is a subtle point. It's like the Fireland stuff. Like, you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna give it to the mates first, and then the warlock, or the other way around. But you have to say, okay, we're gonna work for that person. That person's gonna get it. But if I read it like this, everybody can get it, and it's less grinding. So the cloak, everybody complained like the cloak wasn't legendary anymore. It was. You have to have it if you wanted to make progress in Siege of Orgrimmar, normal, and especially Siege of Orgrimmar heroic. In Siege of Orgrimmar heroic, you don't go in there without a legendary cloak. Okay, so you just need it, and you can get it. It's for everybody. The legendary cloak is not legendary because even if you only do looking for raids, you can get it. You can get the legendary cloak, and just by logging in once a week for 1 or 2 hours, and you will get it eventually. Even if you log in for 30 minutes a week, you still get it. And the ring looks exactly the same. That's not legendary. I please hope. I mean, I know a lot of players got the staff, but that's because the drop chances were too high at the start, so they nerfed it down later on. But too much people got the staff from Firelands, okay. But it reads like the ring is the next legendary cloak, and I really don't like that. I think less grindy is good, but it means it's even faster to get. If it is right now like the cloak, you're gonna and if it's less grindy, you're gonna have it like on 2 or 3 else maybe. If you're up for that, if you like that. Still, I don't. Okay, that's one thing. Enough said. Next thing, it's a ring. Blizz, ring is not legendary. It's not nice to have a legendary ring. A lot of players didn't like a legendary cloak. They still don't like it today. They don't. And on top of that, you put a visual on a ring. Now let me point out that never ever have a neck, rings, and trinket being visual into the game ever. You can't see your character wearing a ring. Now all of a sudden there is a legendary ring, and it has a visual. Now, Bliss, the first time we got the cloak, and the first 5 times, the first 10 times she's seen the visual of the legendary cloak. That's fun. Oh, look at it! It shows my wings, or my. I got a blood decay. I got the head of the Niazo guy, the ox. I got the head of the ox popping out. I really detest it. The first 5 times were fun. After that, it was even the first time I saw it was like, you know, you saw people with really cool wings, blue wings or orange wings, and I was really curious because I didn't look it up. I didn't want to have it spoiled. And then I saw my cloak proc, my cloak visual. Let's call it the visual. And I was like, the head of the ox. Seriously. God, I did not like it. But I checked it out. I talked with other people with it, and the first 5 times is fun. The first 10 times maybe is fun. And right now we're all kind of sick of it. The majority of people really detest the visual. Now the point is, you can turn cloak visual off, so you won't see the cloak on your back. I have it turned off because it doesn't match my transmog. So mine is off, but I still get the visual. And that's really not fun. I'm really sick of the visual. I just, it's so much. You've seen it so many times, and I'm like, oh god, I can't stand this anymore. And now you never had a visual of a ring. Now all of a sudden there's a legendary ring with a visual effect. Blizzard, first of all, a legendary should be a weapon, in my opinion. That's my opinion. It should be, and I would prefer it to be a class weapon. A prot paladin or prot warrior with a legendary shield and like the daggers from, not the daggers, but the weapons from Illidan or whatever. The staff for casters, for like your legendary mace for the healers. That is legendary. It looks cool, it looks awesome, and you're proud to show it around. You're wielding it, you're wielding the power of the legendary. The cloak wasn't that fun. It was just a necessary grinding thing you had to have if you want to make progress in Streets of Orgrimmar. If you wanted to be accepted in raids, you had to have the legendary. Simple as that. The ring is going to be, it looks like it's going to be the same. And now you're giving it a visual effect. Please, in the interface options, give us a box we can click legendary ring visual on or off, because I will turn it to off, I swear to god. I don't want to see what it's going to do. Let one hand light up, or both hands are going to light up every time I do something. Or, I mean, it maybe look like on a mage and a warlock when they cast, have a big flash or something, but still at some point you're sick of it. If it's gonna last the entire expansion, or like right now what we have with the cloak, I just want to be able to turn it off. Enough said, I don't like it. It is very likely that there will be legendary items other than the ring from the questline. Good news, I love that. Okay, other legendary items than from the questline. Bliss, you have put a questline for the cloak. We never liked it, and well, the ring, I can't say anything about the questline, but I doubt we're gonna like it. Because players rather have drops. That's the feedback I'm getting. But okay, maybe the ring questline is epic. I really like the Firelands quest line for the staff. I thought it was a guild effort to give it to a player, and it was a really cool questline change to it. I really enjoyed that one. Something like that is really cool. So that's okay. But it's very likely there will be legendary items other than the ring from the questline. Personally, I hope it's something like a drop, like the weapons from Illidan, stuff like that. It just has a chance of dropping. I really hope that it's something like that, and otherwise, make it something that is worth being legendary, as well as visually. Please make it a weapon. Please make it a weapon. And if you're gonna say like somebody can loot something and start his own personal quest line, make it a quest line not like the ring, not like the cloak. Make it something really epic, especially for that person with their class and with every item they get. And make sure it's not a neck or a trinket, no boots. Make it a weapon. But I like there is something other than the quest line. Okay, enough said. Future content patches. They're gonna be something that for a transmography system revamp. That's really cool, because I don't know, it's gonna be a new storage, and it's easier. It may include tools to better manage multiple transmog sets. All good. Don't know about you guys, but my bank and my void store are full of transmog stuff, so that's always good. 10 on jungle and possibly Farallon will be future content patches, not at launch. 10 on jungle, I'm not going into that discussion, but that was just really bad communication, because it was never said that it was a future patch content, and now all of a sudden it was. But okay, it's good to know they have two. It looks like we have two content patches then. I don't think Tenan Jungle and Farallon will be in the same patch, so that's cool. Additional dungeons could be added in content patches. There are more dungeons within Drana that could be added as well. All the dungeons through the Time Walker system. Blizzard, all the dungeons bringing all the dungeons up to current level is not new content, okay? It's the same content, but you're just being lazy. Just slap on the level 100 and you're upgrading the same the same blue items, and then give them a new item level. You're done. That's no new content, so please do not do that. I really do not like it. If you do it, what I've seen from the new Upper Blackrock Spire, that's new content. Okay, you took UBS and you revamped it so that it feels and breathes a whole new dungeon. That's really cool. So, or you revamp it completely and make it work, but don't just say, "Hey, let's just take, like you did with Shadowfang Keep." You just upgraded it back then from level 20 to level 85 with basically nothing new. That was really boring for me. I was like, I've seen this dungeon 100 times while leveling it. Just don't have to see that max level. So or revamp or just don't do it. But that they're having additional dungeons added in new content patches is good news, because they didn't do that in Mists of Pandaria. That didn't work out. And if Blizzard delivers the epic dungeons that were released during the ICC patch, I don't know, like the Forge of Souls, those three, there were three of them, Forge of Souls 1, there were two others, please do. That's the quality of dungeon we want as a content patch, and that's really good news. So I'm really happy with that. Right now, all the dungeons in basically what I've seen on streams are looking really good. Not every boss fight is as epic as the other one, but okay, that's different. But all the dungeons are looking really good by design and all that kind of stuff. So if they're making good new dungeons at the new patch, awesome, good news. There aren't any class quests planned for Warlord's Launch right now, but if one fits later in the expansion, it could be added. That's fine. The Warlock quest was really good. I mean, I don't did it personally. I watched a guy on YouTube who did all of it. I watched it one time by a guy doing it on the live stream, and I thought it was amazingly good. I really liked that Warlock quest line. Didn't do it myself yet. Maybe I will do it this expansion, since I have 3 months left. But yeah, do if can. I mean, I think it's really epic, but it has to fit. The length of time beyond patch 6.1 that your unable fly will be decided by the community as a whole. If players enjoy it, then it could last longer. If players overwhelming want flight back at 6.1, they most likely get it. Dangerous decision. If you design a Blizzard said at BlizzCon, there will, well, I'm not sure it was the BlizzCon. No, it's not at BlizzCon, but they said no flying Waters of Draenor. If you go for no flying Waters of Draenor, you should design Waters of Draenor around ground mounts and flight paths only. And I know they're working really hard on flight paths. There was another blue poster saying, please give your feedback. Here's the link, and give us all your feedback. If it's too slow, if it's not direct enough, if it's going too much, of course, let us know. Either we're even tweaking where we're gonna put the flight mounts, or even if it's left or right from a quest hub or a camp. Let us know. How does it feel? So they're putting much effort into that. Blizzard, if you want to have a valid choice, if you want to really want to listen to the community, design your world really well. Because if you design it half for ground mounts and flight paths only, and half for flying mounts, then it's not gonna work, because it's half and half work done. If you make it 100%, you design Waters of Draenor 100% around ground mounts and flight paths only, then you can, and people still want flying, then there are two problems. Or people are just whining, or you did a really poor job designing. But if you just know your design is top on, if you know ground mounts are no problems, if you know flight paths are really good, it's fine that we don't have flying. Then don't listen to the whiners. For me personally, I really hope we don't get flying the entire expansion. I really like that. It was no problem in vanilla, and in the start of the Burning Crusade, the flying mount was 70% speed, unless you had the epic. 5,000 gold was a lot, so it took most players a lot of time. Some at the end of the expansion, they got the first epic flying mount, because until that time a lot of players had or the 70% flight speed, because it was 70%, but it was faster because it was direct, but a lot of players still use their ground mounts because it was faster than the standard flying mount, and it was fine. We did a long time with the ground mounts. We used the ground mounts in vanilla and for a big part of Burning Crusade. I never had a problem with it, and flying doesn't have to come back for me, but if it's needed into the world, you can fly anywhere. Remember, you can fly from vanilla to Massive Pandaria, you can fly. But if it's needed in Worlds of Drana, because it's needed because of the design, and it takes forever from on a ground mount or for a flight path to go from point A to point B, yeah, then we should get it. But it has to be spot on. Another thing, Worlds patch timing. Moving on to the next subject. The Worlds patch cycle will be similar to Mists of Pandaria patch cycle, but some of it will depend on the timing of the next expansion. Some of it will depend on the time before the next expansion after Warlords. It's very possible that we are successful and there is a shorter gap, then we won't necessarily want to have multiple raid tier content patches. Each raid content patch needs about 4 months to breathe. Any less than that and it feels like you really rush through the content. I agree. The content patch isn't finished yet, as a lot of it depends on what players want to see more of once they get through the launch content. Some of it will depend on the scheduling of the next expansion. Okay, this is all this is Blizzard learning from their mistakes, and this is a big promise, Blizz, what you're saying here. This is really, you already said that after Dragon Soul. Remember, after Dragon Soul you said there should never be that much time between content. 8 months is way too long. It was, and now we're 11 months into Siege of Orgrimmar with another 3 months to go, so it will be 14 months in Siege of Orgrimmar, Blizz. And that's the one thing you goofed up. Worlds of Drana is looking amazing, only you screwed it up with the release. But okay, enough said. The point is that, in my opinion, talking about 4 months, 4 to 6 months is for me is personally the best time between content patches. And keep in mind that in Mists of Pandaria the patches were perfectly released. We had Mogish Falls, Half Heart of Fear, and Terrors of Endless Spring, and we had them about, I think, 4 or 5 months, I'm not sure, but it wasn't too long. And then Throne of Thunder released. It was perfect on schedule. Okay, it was perfectly there. And then Throne of Thunder was out for a while, and then we had Siege of Orgrimmar, and the time between those, and we even had the Beach Landing patch between it, I think, somewhere. But the time between Mogish and Fold, Heart of Fear, Terrors of Endless Spring, Throne of Thunder, and the time between Throne of Thunder and Siege of Orgrimmar was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a good job, well done, Blizzard. But the problem is the time between the Siege of Orgrimmar patch, the 5.4, and the new content. That's the problem. But the time between the patches, between release, the first and the second raid tiers, was perfect. Nothing wrong with it. So that they're gonna try to do that again is really good. That means that we're gonna have really, new content in this good steady pace, and that it's not too long, it's not too short, it's all fine. And also, the way I read it is like they're learning from their mistakes. They're saying right now, like, okay, we're at the final patch. People are killing Gromma Shellscream right now, because that's the end boss. And they killed it already. Okay, and they're clearing the heroic modes also pretty fast. But our next expansion is not ready yet. Okay, but right now we have, that's okay because we have a backup patch ready. So if we're clearing really fast, that's the way I read of it. Some of it will depend on the time before the next expansion after Warlords. So they're looking at how we're going to do it. If we're going to get pretty quick to Grommash, there's not going to be a release. So but they're going to look at how fast we're going, and if the latest patch, that's going to be the patch that is Grommash in, like 5.4. Let's say it's a 6.4. And like, okay, we should have the next expansion ready, but it's not ready for another 4 to 6 months. Okay, we've got a backup patch, and we're gonna throw that content into the game, so people have something to do till the next expansion. And that's really good, Blizzard. That's using your head. That's thinking ahead. Make sure your community, the gamers that pay for your game, always have something to do. Always have the next step. Don't make it too quick, like you're saying yourself. Like this already saying that like in 4 months it should not be released faster than 4 months. I agree. 4 to 6 months is fine, but after 6 months there should be another raid standing ready for us to dive into, because that's what a lot of people want. And right now, this world's patch timing, the time between patch right now you're promising and the time, like to say, we're looking right now what you guys doing and to the next expansion after Warlords. This is a big promise, because I will promise you one thing, Blizz. If Blizzard screws, if you fuck this up, Blizzard, if you fuck this up like you did with Siege of Orgrimmar, then your subs are gonna drop again and they're not coming back, because they're gonna say every time Dragon Soul was 8 months and now Siege of Orgrimmar 14 months and now again it's being delayed. I'm done with it. I'm not coming back because it just takes too long for content to come out. But right now, if you do as you promised right now, like you said in this interview, hats off to you, really, really good. They're gonna be, the team would like to add, okay, that's all that was World's patch timing. PvP, the team would like to add a new Grand Arena as a new arena, but it isn't final yet. It depends on how work on the next expansion is progressing. Okay, there are no plans to add a new battleground in Warlords of Draenor. So except from Ashran, no new battleground. I think that's kind of sad. I know Ashran has a lot of work for it, but let's say if you personally don't like Ashran, or it's too crowded or too big for you, you just have to do with the old ones. I'm not agreeing on that one. I think there should be at least 1 or 2 new battlegrounds in it. In Warlords of Draenor, seriously, Blizz, you have to do that. You can't expect fun. Yeah, you can do new battleground Ashran, or you can't do anything. There's no new content for the PvPers. Personally, I'm not a PvPer. I don't PvP except for the occasional battlegrounds and all that kind of stuff. But no plans for new battleground except for Ashran. I do not agree. I think that needs to change. Next up, Garrisons. Garrisons ending up involving all of the different teams and will be a big feature, changing the gameplay of WoW more than any other feature has. Okay, Garrisons ended up involving all of the different teams and will be a big feature. Okay, how's involving all of the different teams? I'm not sure what the meaning, but okay. But change the gameplay of WoW, that's good, because that means that if you're going through that, because Garrisons are basically mandatory while you're leveling, so on your ults you can make different choices and maybe the leveling is going to be different and different experience. That should be good. Now I'm gonna make different choices in my Garrison, and then my leveling experience is gonna change as well. That would be really nice, because if you have enough choices, at least it makes sense to level some alts then, because hey, I just want to see what this choice does, because this I'm gonna pick that and not that. Maybe my leveling will change, and I'm kind of curious. Maybe the story will change a little bit, or we'll run in some other characters from the lore. So I want to level an alt just to see how it goes then. Would be really nice. Miscellaneous. The Advantage Guide won't make it into Warlords in the Warlords Lounge. It will be useful as more content is added after launch, so hopefully it will be ready for the future content patch. Fine. If it's not ready, just don't release. The World of Warcraft team grew by around 80 people during Mist of Pandaria, which should allow them to produce content faster in the future. This did slow things down in the short term though, which contributed to the delay of Warlords of Draenor. Yeah, you goofed up, Blizzard. Like I said before, it's gonna be 14 months of Siege of Orgrimmar. 14 months. I've cleared it on Flex, Normal and Heroic. I have all I want. I cleared everything there was to clear. And I'm happy to see you got another 80 people. And I hope it really pays off in World of Draenor. I really hope you can make content quick enough, because right now you goofed up upon us. And you're gonna need those 80 people, because if you give us a shitty expansion, and if it takes too long for you to release content, you're gonna lose subs and you're never gonna get them. So yeah, it's a good thing they came in. It's a bad thing you're screwing us over. 13th of November is way too long away, in my opinion. Yeah, okay. Warforged item can appear in dungeons now as a nice bonus. Yeah, that's what it's going to be the moment you start raiding and the dungeon loot is not interesting. It's not interesting. And for an alt or something, maybe it's nice. It's a bonus. I really don't care. Personally, I don't care about Warforged. I'm not gonna do a boss over and over again because I have the heroic loot, but I want the Warforged heroic. So I'm gonna farm that boss over and over and over until I have the Warforged. Now I don't care. As long as it doesn't, it will make some difference in my especially if DPS or a healer, it can make some difference. Even as a tank, it does make some difference, but it's not necessary. It's a nice bonus, that's all. So that's was the things I wanted to talk about, you guys. The cinematic we discussed everything. The interview I wanted to talk you over. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know it's been a little bit of a long video. I try to make it as short as possible. If you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. And if there are more news, I will let you guys know, because right now I have some time to be on top of it, and I want to try to have some more discussion and some more feedback going towards Blizzard, and I want to have some interaction with you guys. So please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments down below what you think, guys. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye all.